I get asked this question all the time, so I decided that I would share how I became a rhinestone and glue supplier. Let's do it. No, I did not grow up with the idea that I would become this rhinestone and glue supplier someday. My family's in the funeral home industry, and so I was always around business, and I've always had a business mindset. I'm a true entrepreneur. When I was in college, I went to Hobby Lobby and I got like this container of Krystal AB rhinestones. They were acrylic rhinestones, and I got a glue, and I also got a pair of baby shoes from Hobby Lobby, and I was like, I'll just try at this. At that time, I didn't even know what a pickup tool was. I didn't know what kind of glue I'm supposed to be using. I didn't even know the types of rhinestones or the options that I had out there as far as rhinestones went. So I just got that, and I went home and I tried. Didn't come out too good, but I kept trying. And at that time, eBay was pretty popular as far as people setting up to sell. It still is, but we didn't have as many options. Like, it wasn't the Shopify then. I set up my eBay store, which is still active. I think I've had that store since 2006. Neither here nor there, but I sold my first pair of shoes. I wish I still had the review from the person, but she sent it back to me, and she did show me a little grace. And I've told this story multiple times, and I wish that she would come out and let me know who she was, because I'm going to give you some free rhinestones, something, because you encouraged me. She sent me back my product, the baby shoes, because that was ugly. And she was like, I'm not sure, but this is not what I expected. I'm willing to mail them back to you, but lots of the rhinestones look dull and faded, and it was because the glue I used was entirely too strong for the acrylic rhinestones that I was using on the shoes. So it looked horrible. My placement was totally off. The shoe was so hard the baby foot couldn't even fit in the shoe. So she didn't even ask, like, give me money to ship this back to you. She was like, baby, I'm shipping these back. I'm so glad she shipped them back. I still have the shoes, and I have these shoes at my warehouse as a reminder. I'm going to get them framed, but I have these shoes as a reminder of if I would have given up then, if I would have been like, oh, I'm not that good at it, she sent them back to me, they so bad, I perhaps would not have one of the top selling rhinestone supply companies, and I would not be the owner of Krystal Glazed Glue. After college, I got married, and for my bridesmaids, myself, I blinged everything out. I still was not that good at it. I still was using acrylic rhinestones. By then discovered resin rhinestones and glass rhinestones and Swarovski rhinestones. So I'm like, this is my wedding. I'm gonna go way out. And I'm gonna get some Swarovski stones for my shoes that I'm gonna make. I still wasn't good. The shoes, Lord bless them. I used like bling strips. I used Swarovski rhinestones mixed. I used resin in there. I just added some sequins. But my shoes were shining from a mile away, and it's all that mattered. And back then it looked pretty. But I blinged out all my bridesmaid shoes. I blinged out my shoes, my mama's shoes. The flower girl thing was blinged out. The Bible was blinged out. Everything, I had bling on everything for my wedding. In my wedding thing, it even says that my favorite color is bling. Okay, now it's pink, but I still have bling. So after that, I'm still like, this still ain't really hitting how I wanted to hit. Like, it ain't giving what I see other people, you know, it's not giving shining like the other people I see shining. Like, it ain't shining like this. Everything look dull. One thing that I did notice was I used acrylic rhinestones on my bridesmaid shoes, and those looked dull. I used some Swarovski and glass rhinestones on my shoes, and those specific stones did not look dull. So I'm like, I must be using the wrong kind of stone. 6 months into us getting married, I got pregnant with my first child. And so when she came, I'm like, my baby got, her walking shoes gonna be different. So I blinged out her walking shoes. And at that time, I used still the acrylic stones from Hobby Lobby, but I discovered another glue. And that time, that glue did not eat the stones away, eat the back of the stones off. Like, it wasn't fading or looking like distorted. So I'm like, okay, I have the right glue, but these are clearly not the right kinds of rhinestones. So I started doing my research. At that time, no idea, like no plan at all to be a bling artist, to start to be a rhinestone supplier. I'm like, I'm just about to search. I went on Etsy, I found a shop, I started shopping with her. I then discovered all these other shops. I started shopping with them. So I used to shop like 3-4 shops as a hobby. My husband is a retired NFL player. He lasted 5 whole years. I'm extremely proud of my husband for accomplishing that. We have been together since 17, so we have watched each other grow. But when he started playing the NFL, of course, he was like, you know, you don't have to work. I was teaching school at the time. You don't have to work. You could just stay home, keep the baby. But it didn't really sit right with me because, like, I like the freedom that my man thought that much. But I was like, you know, sometimes I'm gonna get my nails done, and myself is expensive. And so my husband know that. He spoils me a lot. But what if you tell me no? Like, I don't want to be told no if I could go get it. Like, I'm not about to wait on you to give me nothing. If you give me something, cool. But if you don't, baby, I'm not about to wait on you to tell my allowance. Baby, I'm going to work. So I started selling Premier Designs jewelry just on the side. I just want a little money. Like, if my nails cost high, so if I'm being extreme, like not my nails, he get my nails done, but like if I wanted a nice purse, because I like expensive bags, baby, I'm going to buy this bag myself if you tell me no. Now he's about most of my bags now, but I'm gonna sell some Premier Designs jewelry on the side, and I'll make my own little side money. And I did so good with that business. I climbed to like one of the highest levels in that company in my first 11 months. I had a whole team under me. After that, I was like, you know, they required me to go in houses and host parties for people, and then I kept having to find a babysitter if my husband wasn't available, and I would be apart from my baby at the time. So I was like, this is not gonna work. So I did that for maybe 2 years, and then I was like, I'm gonna find something else that I like doing. So at that time, I was always buying rhinestone t-shirts everywhere I went. I'm like, I wanna make these, I can make these. So I did my research. I spent so many hours and days watching videos on YouTube of how to create bling t-shirts. And once I discovered how to do that, this is what I'll do. I will become a bling t-shirt business. So I launched that on December 31st, 2015. I was pregnant at the time with my youngest child. So I had a 2-year-old, I'm pregnant, and I'm like, I'm doing this. So I launched the business as a bling t-shirt supplier on New Year's Eve, and I got my very first sale. And so after that, it was kind of up from there. I started getting orders from family and friends. Don't take this the wrong way. If you don't have family and friends who support you, it's okay. All of my family and friends did not support me either, but I did have some who were willing to give me a chance. At that time, I think I was averaging about 3 orders a week. I was hyped, baby, because I'm working from home. I got my little change on the side. Bling t-shirts are not inexpensive, so they were like, you know, $25, $28. You want to add some stuff on the back, it'll go up to $40 because you want big bling letters on the back. So because my husband was in the NFL, I kind of had connections already. Like, I'm a big blinging out some of these NFL wives shirts and stuff because y'all going to the football games and y'all want to be standing out representing your man and your player or your son or your dad. And so I kind of got in that circle because of who my husband is. And then my grandmother is very active in church, and she's a leader in a women's group. So when they had retreats or they had engagements and they all wanted matching shirts, my grandma, extra like me, she wanted bling tees. So we did bling tees, and so that spiraled to become this big thing, or bling t-shirt company. But then I started getting people ask me if I could do vinyl. Like if the wife got a Mrs. shirt with rhinestones, she was like, can you make my husband a Mr. shirt without the bling? And I'm like, oh Lord, I don't know how to do that. Yes, I can. I'm gonna go do my research. So then I discovered and taught myself how to make vinyl tees. And so before long, my business was kind of looking like a t-shirt business, but then I was still having people ask me could I bling out their shoes. So it was all over the place. I was offering all kinds of items. But one thing that stuck out the most, when I would post all of my items on social media, specifically Instagram, I would get so many comments with people asking me, oh my gosh, your work is so beautiful. Where do you get your rhinestone? They would ask me that all the time. So I'm like, okay, y'all are not following me because you want to buy from me. You are following me because you like my work. What can I give you to make you want to buy from me? Okay. Y'all already here because we doing the same thing. And you like my quality of things. And you want to know where I got it from. So then my assignment was now to find how I could become a rhinestone supplier. And that's exactly what I did. And so it was basically like a transition. I never just stopped offering my custom items. I transitioned and became a rhinestone supplier. So when I first started out, I offered some colors. I went all out. At that time, I spent $5,000 on rhinestones and supplies. And I launched that business at the start of the pandemic. I was so nervous because I'm like, nobody's gonna buy because everybody hurt and we broke, we ain't got no money. But I did it afraid. I did it afraid. Within the first 6 months of me being this rhinestone supplier, I made 6 figures. 6 figures? For someone who started this as a hobby at home because I wanted my own money, I made 6 figures in 6 months. Now, to many people, millionaires, multimillionaires, that's cute. But for many others, that's a big deal. Making 6 figures in 6 months, many people don't make 6 figures in a year, in 2 years. That was a big deal for me. And I'm still grateful for the experience. The next year, I made 6 figures in 3 months. Like, that is nothing but God. So after a while, just like with the rhinestones, after I started offering rhinestones, and people always ask me, what kind of glue do you use? What kind of glue do you use? What kind of glue should I use? Baby, y'all need glue too? I got you. Say less. Don't worry. I'm going to research that too. And that's just what I did. And so March 2022 is when I released Krystal Glazed Glue, which is now my top seller. And it is pink because I love pink. It's multi-purpose. It's heavy duty. It has a precision tip. Okay. I was a little different. I gave the people what they wanted. It has a precision tip. It's a clear glue. It's heavy duty. It dries fast. And it comes with this pen. So your glue won't get clogged. And so before long, this became my #1 seller. And they start asking for mini sizes. So then I released this mini size glue. So that's how we have gotten this far, and I'm so excited and grateful for all the things that I know that God has in store for me, my family, my business, those around me, the ladies who I mentor. I'm extremely excited, and I know for a fact from experience that if you allow God to lead the way, if you change your mindset and realize that whatever your purpose is not just for you, it's to be a blessing in the lives of others. If you are allowing God to lead the way, He will show you your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing, the people that you're supposed to be reaching, the product or service that you're supposed to be offering to reach these people. That's what He did for me, and I know He can do it for you. If you are a crafter or you know a crafter, tell them check me out. They need my stuff. They need some rhinestones. They need some glue. And if you need to know how to run a business, you need me too. Take Bling Boss Academy. God has truly blown my mind. This small business that started at my kitchen table, then moved into a spare bedroom, then moved to another house and used 2 additional rooms upstairs to move into a small suite, to now having a warehouse with a full team. We ship all around the world. We've shipped to Israel, Mexico, Great Britain, Alaska. We ship to Belgium. We've shipped to Hungary. We ship everywhere. And of course, the top seller is the glue. And so be in prayer with us. We're already working on this, but we're trying to get in retail stores. We already have a wholesale program. So if you'd like to offer Krystal Glaze in your store, feel free to message my team and we can get you set up. But in the meantime, be in prayer that we are in stores very soon. That is my prayer, that is my goal, and I know God will make it happen.